Hello YouTube, and welcome to a bit of a different review here. We are reviewing the Airfix World War II British Commandos 132 scale, and this box set, the actual moulds are quite old. This mould could go back to maybe the 70s. I don't know about the 60s because I know there was two moulds for the 172 scale. But you know, I'm not saying that these couldn't go back to the 60s, but definitely they were around in the 70s, that's for sure. And I mean, I remember playing with these soldiers when I was a kid, and that would have been the early 1980s. So you know, we can sort of date this set. It's quite an old mould, and they're still using it to this day. Box art wise, yeah, looks pretty good. Airfix are normally pretty good with their box art stuff. We've also got a little picture of what the guys actually look like in the corner when they're painted. This picture on the front looking quite purposeful. They're obviously on a mission behind enemy lines, as the Commandos always pretty much were. And light equipment, so this will be them doing one of their many raids along the French coast, etc., causing havoc and mayhem wherever they go, which is what they were pretty much designed to do. On the back we have got the guy throwing the grenade, the rifleman, and the Thompson guy. We've got paint guide, and also we've got just what you get in the box, so it gives you a fair amount of information as to what you're getting here. So you know, there's no way you'd probably screw this up and buying it, because you know they are pretty much telling you what's in it. It contains 14 unpainted figures. Quantities of each pose may vary, so they're saying you might get maybe 3 of that guy one time, or you know, whatever, and maybe less of the others, so that's interesting. Like I say, standard fare on the side, standard fare on the back, just your warnings. Hornby product, because I think Airfix and Hornby are one now. And just again, it's just telling you there's no paints or glue contained in this set, and you get 1 Airfix flying hours for doing this. So very good. Let's have a look at the soldiers. So the soldiers themselves come in this plastic bag, obviously with a little warning there. We don't want anyone putting this on their head. Straight in first, we'll go straight in with the officer. Now the plastic in these is a lot different to how I remember. It used to be quite a strong, flexible, light green plastic. These are quite brittle and a bit shiny. So I'm not mega keen, because I think the shine just takes away a bit of the detail. Not that I would say there's massive amounts on these. Airfix always go for soldiers with limited equipment. Obviously it's easier to sculpt, and you'll use less plastic, which is probably economy wise. So the Commandos are quite handy for that, because a lot of the operations, they were quite light equipment wise, just to make them fast, manoeuvrable, get in, get out and do the stuff. There'll be a couple of guys carrying the explosive and things, but you know, they're designed to be nippy and quick, get in and out as quickly as possible. Like I say, Commandos were set up around about 1940, mainly because we wanted morale boosting raids while we were trapped on our island, and also just to cause havoc. Hitler did issue an order stating that any commandos captured should be shot, so that tells you they were obviously doing a good job. So detail wise, he's got his revolver, but you'll never be able to tell what type that is. I think British use a Webley, but I could be wrong. And I think that's supposed to be one. He's got his binoculars there. His jacket is open, and does look like he's wearing a tie as well, so he's quite smart, this chap. holster here, water bottle. Unfortunately, just a little bit of sprue markage there in the mould. That's your injector pin mark. But not bad looking pose, and you know, quite well detailed. So we'll put him over there. Next we have this guy, who's quite clearly, to me anyway, he's using a Lee Enfield. That's the only thing, you get little, it's very brittle plastic, so I'm saying just the nib of the Enfield, you're going to lose that eventually. Obviously he's got his ammunition pouches on, nice creases in his trousers, good line here in his trousers, it's quite good. Commando hat, obviously standard fare. There's the straps for his webbing. Yeah, all very good. Check the pin mark. I don't know whether this is some sort of scabbard for his bayonet. It probably is, but it's not very good, whatever it is. But on the whole, detail wise, I think that's quite good. I haven't really got any problem with that. Yeah, obviously you'll have trouble getting these, you'll have to sand that. So that's pretty rubbish. Here we go, we've got our guy with his Thompson. Might look slightly on the small side to me, but I'm not quite sure. It's still quite a good pose. He's looking rather nonchalant, but you know, it's quite a good pose in a way. It's quite relaxed, but looking stern and ready. Yeah, nice moulding. I mean, I'm seeing moulding, but it's nicely detailed. There he goes, another injector pin mark. Straps are good, a little bit there. Well, yeah, it's quite well detailed. Yeah, once you tidy these up, they'll look pretty neat. You know, you can make out his hand quite well there. Yeah, that's not bad. Now here we go, our guy who's attempting to bayonet some poor German. Another Lee Enfield, which you can quite clearly see. There's the magazine. Quite well detailed. His collar's up. Very nice. Yeah. He's looking quite purposeful. He's got his mouth open. I wouldn't say facially wise it was amazingly well detailed, but there's certainly enough to do things with, so no problem there. No, not bad figure. Here's probably my favourite, which is the Bren Gunner without a stand, which I think is good. He's got his hand resting there on the tripod. Nice Bren Gun. Well detailed. See even the pin there in the Bren. It's got his hair, you can see that's quite well detailed. His hand on the trigger. I mean, he's looking, yeah, I quite like that one. I have to say it's one of my favourite ones here in this kit. Not a kit, well, box. It's not really a kit, is it? Yep. But yeah, this one's very good, and the world famous Bren Gun that the British seem to love. And I'm not surprised. It was quite a good weapon, very handy. Put a few regular rounds down the range, and quite comfortably fired from the hip. Next we have, there he is, our guy throwing the grenade with his Thompson. I'll just compare that Thompson. Yeah, so I think you'll see what I mean here, if it's going to hold up. So yeah, I think that one is undersized on this chap, so I was right. Bit of a shame, but not to worry. and this isn't bad. They do suffer a bit from flash. It is here and there. I've picked a bit. There's a bit of flash on the end of his gun, so I'm not seeing it matters much. I mean, these things aren't expensive. They're only about a fiver for £5 for a box, so I wouldn't say it's massively expensive, but all the same, this day and age you shouldn't really expect flash, but this is an old mould, so that's what you're going to get. Very nice, good pose, and like I say, the standard fare, you've got that. That'll have to be sanded if you want them to stand properly. Who else we've got? Our sniper. So he's sniping up on somebody. He's got a sten, although I would say possibly is a bit small as well, but we'll see. The knife, however, is a different kettle of fish. That's huge, even though it's supposed to be a Fairbairn Sykes, I think they called them, commando knife, which that obviously isn't. It's just a knife, you know, so you can forgive them for that, I suppose. You can file that up anyway if you wanted to. Just a little pin mark in his chest, but you're not going to see that obviously. And yeah, it's not bad. No, it's not bad either. It's good. I'll just have a look to see. I think I've done them. Yeah, I think I've done them all there. This is what I mean about the odd bit of flash, so that unfortunately you're going to get. But c'est la vie. So like I say, when I put these together, what do we have? Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Yeah, he's not going to stand because of that thing on the bottom, so you'll have to forgive me. So all in all, it's not a bad little set. I see a few of these reviewed on YouTube. I wouldn't say reviewed, but they're just painted up, and you know, it's just guys saying, hey look, I've painted these, what do you think? But I thought, let's do a little review so people know what they're actually getting. But that's what you get. You know, very, it's not a bad set for its age. It's very good. So 14 pieces, and you know, you'll pick these up for about £5, and quite nice box art as well. So yeah, worth having. I remember as a kid throwing rocks at these and everything, and you know, we used to absolutely batter our 132 Airfix soldiers, brother and I, and I don't know whether these would stand up to that. The plastic does feel a lot more brittle than what I remember, but all in all, a good set. And I just thought, I've got these kicking around, so let's do a review, and I've done it. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.